So a little bit of an unlucky draft lottery for the Charlotte Hornets. They had the third projected pick going into it, and they dropped to number 4. It could have been a lot worse. They could have ended up being the Jazz or the Wizards. And although they're not going to land in Cooper Flagg or Dylan Harper, I still think they're in a very good position to add a good player throughout the 2025 draft. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome here to my number 4 pick, Charlotte Hornets rebuild. And I'm excited for this one today, just because I feel like the Hornets are still in an okay position right now. The Eastern Conference is wide open, and I still feel like they have a very good young core on their team that they could put together. Now, I was really excited about their future last year. They end up getting Charles Lee as their head coach. They bring in a new front office, new ownership. But I also don't agree in hindsight with the T. Salon pick. I also didn't agree at the time. Now, I thought they could have gone Salon a lot later. People were saying that the San Antonio Spurs could have taken him 8. I would have just said, let them do that. Honestly, I think there would have been better fits for this team long term. They could have ended up with Matas Buzelis. If they thought they were going to trade Mark Williams, you could have taken Donovan Clingan. But I really like them getting a first-round pick down the line for absorbing Yusuf Nurkic's contract. I like Grant Williams as a veteran on this team, and I'm still high on Brandon Miller in this league. I do think he could be maybe the best player on this Hornets team one day, and we have a big decision to make going forward with LaMelo Ball. Are we going to trade him? Are we going to keep him right now? I do like Charles Lee as the head coach for this team going forward. And I don't know if they would ever go back to the Bobcats, but I do think the Hornets could be in the market for a rebrand. It's not the worst logo. It's actually better than most logos in the NBA, but I feel like this team could use a brand new identity as well. So yeah, we do have the 4th overall pick, and I think there's a couple guys that I'm going to be targeting here. I expect Ace Bailey to go high. I think VJ Edgecombe is a perfect fit next to LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. I think Trey Johnson could be a very intriguing fit as well with the 4th overall pick. Big time shot maker at Texas, but I think Edgecombe gives you a little bit better defensive potential long term. And I would also like to maybe move on from Miles Bridges this offseason. So, oh my God, the number 1 overall pick just got traded. What did Nico Harrison do? He traded it with the Pelicans for Zion Williamson. Oh my God, I think that works out for the Pelicans. I know you had to trade Zion to get number 1, but you just got 1 in a Lakers future first for Zion and McCollum. I mean, that would make the Mavericks pretty good, and they could absorb a max contract, I believe, with all their pending free agents, and they end up getting Cooper Flagg number 1 overall. That is kind of crazy. Con Knipple goes number 2. Okay, I don't think he's going to go number 2 in real life. The 76ers are offering me a trade. I got to absorb Paul George's terrible contract, and I'd get their pick to move up 1 spot. Yeah, you're out of your mind. They take Ace Bailey at 3. There's a 0% chance that Dylan Harper is going to be there at number 4 on draft night. So I'd rather take somebody that has a more realistic chance of happening, and that's going to be VJ Edgecombe, who I think is one of the best athletes in this draft, one of the best point of attack defenders, can run in transition, can catch alley-oops, and I think could be on the perimeter with Brandon Miller for a long, long time. And I know they need guys that can knock down shots, and maybe they look at a center there if they're going to trade Mark Williams, but I do think it's probably best that they go for somebody that has a high floor in VJ Edgecombe. I'm just really not a big fan of Ace Bailey and Brandon Miller together there in Charlotte. I want to see if I can get pick 29 in this draft and Derrick Jones Jr. for Miles Bridges. They're going to look for another scorer out there in LA. They don't really have the financial flexibility and the draft capital to go out and get a bigger name, and Miles Bridges is a fine offensive talent. So I'm going to get Derrick Jones Jr., who can help us out defensively. Adding Edgecombe and Derrick Jones Jr. in the same draft is pretty electric for that side of the floor, and I think Charles Lee would love him. And I'm also getting the 29th overall pick in this draft as well. I don't know if there's another player that I could get. I doubt I could get Chris Dunn in this deal. I mean, we could try it. They say no, and I would slide them like Josh Okogie. Would they do that? I think I would swap Josh for Dunn. They're going to say no. All right, so would we just do Bridges for Jones in 29? They want a second, and you're going to give me Jordan Miller. I don't really want to trade my second this year, but I do have 2. Could I give you this swap down the line? They would want 3 seconds, and I get that Philly swap. But that includes both my seconds this year. So you know what? I will give you 1 of my seconds this year. We'll do Jordan Miller for that one. All right, so Derrick Jones Jr., you are a Charlotte Hornet. Miles Bridges, you are an LA Clipper. So we still have pick 29 and 34 in this year's draft. And I know I want to preach defense over here, but I want to see if San Antonio will give me 3 second-round picks, 2 in 2026 and 1 in 2029 for Josh Okogie, and they're going to say yes to that. All right, so in the end of the first round with that Clippers pick, I took Maxime Reynal, who's a combine standout in the scrimmage games. He had a really good game 1 performance where he had over 20 points and could run the floor very well. A good 3-point shooter at Stanford. Very smart player coming over from France to Stanford. He was like a genius over there in France in high school, and obviously went to a great academic university. 4-year player there, stuck with a new head coach and an old head coach over there. And he's going to be some center depth because I'm going to explore the Mark Williams trade market. And I took LeBaron Philon at pick 34. He's all the way committed in the draft. Reminds me a little bit of Rob Dillingham. I think a little bit, or definitely a little bit taller and bigger than Rob. So that's who we took at pick 34. We're going to pick up the team options on Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, and Mark Williams, but we'll decline it on Quan Jeffries. And qualifying offers, we are going to look to bring back Trey Man, an injury-riddled season, so maybe we can get him at a little bit of a discount. I'm going to let, I think, Wendell Moore Jr. walk, but we are going to give KJ Simpson the qualifying offer right now. So before we start free agency, like, we have, like, a decent amount of centers. Like, we have Nurkic, we have Musa, and we have Raynaud. I think I'm going to look to trade Mark Williams. I like our forwards on this team as well. So if I can get some draft capital down the line for Mark Williams, I will be intrigued about that. And I know the East is wide open, so I could try to make a run for it next year, but I want to look at the bigger picture. And I want to see if I can get the Indiana Pacers top 3 protected pick in 2026 from the Pelicans from the Brandon Ingram trade, Milwaukee swap best in 2026, and Brandon Boston Jr. for Mark Williams. They're going to counter it with some draft capital, so I guess we're a little bit off. I don't mind including a player down the line here. So under contract, I mean, I'll throw in Jordan Miller because that'll help get this deal done. They still want me to throw in a swap, which I don't want to do. Now, I did acquire some seconds from the San Antonio Spurs in that Josh Okogie deal, so can we do some seconds? And I don't really want to trade anybody else down here. Or what about if I did Josh Green, who I'm okay trading right now? So Mark Williams and Josh Green for 2 first-round picks and Brandon Boston Jr., and they're going to say no, some seconds involved, and I'd take on Antonio Reeves. That's fine with me. So Mark Williams goes to the Pelicans. I get some even more draft capital to maybe make a trade up next year. That's what I want, basically. I'm targeting that 2026 draft class where I can try to go after Darren Peterson, Cameron Boozer, AJ Debenta, and if I don't get a top 3 pick, I will have the draft capital for projected first-round picks in next year's draft to go out and get one of those guys. So right now, next year, our center duo is going to be basically Musa and Maxime. We have plenty of power forwards, some veterans, some young guys that can also play the 3. Plenty of wings, plenty of guards. Like, I don't think I'm going to go out and sign anybody right now, even though we do have a mid-level exception. With LaMelo's injury history, it could make sense to go after Ty Jerome, but I kind of just want to hold on to all that money right now. So I'm going to renounce the rights on everybody but KJ Simpson and Trey Man. And I'm going to sign Trey Man 3 years, $29 million, and it's descending as well. So that injury is going to allow us to get a little bit of a discount on him. And we do get KJ Simpson back on the qualifying offer, who I think I'm going to at least give like the first couple of months the backup point guard spot. And then LeBaron Fillon can take that down the line. Trey Man's more of a combo guard off the bench. I may actually need to cut some guys before the season starts. And yeah, I do need to cut somebody before the season starts. I think that might end up being... Actually, I don't think I need to make a trade. Just kidding. I'm going to release Yusuf Nurkic before the season starts, so I don't really have to pay that money going forward anymore. And yeah, it's up at the end of the year anyway. And yeah, I'm really excited about LaMelo, Edgecombe, Miller. I think we could start Grant Williams, who's going to be recovering from that injury. Actually, no, we should probably get Derrick Jones Jr. in there. And Diabate could be the starting center. So let's go like 22 to Derrick Jones Jr. We're going to go 36 to Miller. We'll start off 26 to BJ, 36 to LaMelo. Now looking at this team off the bench, I think Nick Smith Jr. is going to get like 15 minutes a night. We'll go 26 to Trey Man. We can do about 18 to Grant. We can do about probably 10 to Boston right now. Let's do about 10 to Maxime. And the last spot, I think it's going to go to Tijon Salon, at least to see what he can do and hope we could develop him. I haven't had really a great track record of developing Tijon in 2K25. So we'll see what happens. We start off the season against Denver, Memphis, and Detroit. And we actually beat Denver to start off the year, which is kind of a shocking result. I'll take it. All right, so yeah, we are bad this year. So no difference to Hornets fans right now. We are one of the worst teams in the NBA, but I do think this is going to be one of our last years here, and I think we're going, like, everything's kind of going according to plan right now. VJ Edgecombe is struggling with this three-point shot, which he did struggle out of the gate at Baylor this year, so you just got to be patient with him over time. But I'm looking at 5.2 rebounds. I'm looking at 3 assists. I'm looking at 2.3 offensive rebounds, 1.3 steals, and I think we can really get him going as a good combo guard wing defender next to Miller and LaMelo. LaMelo's numbers are down a little bit this year. 50, 36, 85 splits, averaging 8.2 assists. Brandon Miller's scoring numbers are up. I think this is the guy we want to build around as like a number 1 offensive option. LaMelo could be the main initiator, but Miller is that offensive option. Derrick Jones Jr., the shot is down a little bit this year. He was always somebody that could have been a seller's target at this year's deadline. Diabate's averaging 9.2 points and 10.2 rebounds. Fine center reps this year. Trey Man is shooting 39% from 3 off the bench. Grant Williams, fine veteran numbers. Nick Smith Jr., I think is building up some trade value, but does fit this timeline. Salon's a little bit better. He's going to start the second half of the year. Brandon Boston shooting 37% from 3. Maxime Raynaud is struggling. So I think there is one person that will look to trade at the deadline, and it's Derrick Jones Jr. Teams will value that defense for the playoffs. And that team is going to end up being the Houston Rockets. They want to add him out there with Tari Eason. I do have to absorb Jock Landale's $8 million contract this year and next year, but I'm going to get a 2029 swap best between Dallas. I don't know if I could snag maybe this swap instead. we can offer it to them. Maybe I should really try to get it. They may counter with like additional first coming their way from me. And I think that's something I would be willing to pay. And I think I just broke the game trying to do that. Okay. I was even playing Antonio Reeves and I take on Nate Williams. I do have to pay. All right. So I'm thinking about like $10 million next year. But I give them a second and I get that swap S, hoping Brooklyn is bad in 27, which they might not even be bad in 27. Like the Nets, they do end up all right in 2K. We'll see though. So if we're going to look at the roster throughout the rest of the season, I do want to get Tijon Salon in the starting lineup. I want to give him as many reps as possible. He can get like 26 minutes a night. We still have Miller. I want Edgecombe and Mamelo. And then I think we can maybe get more minutes to like Max or to Brandon Boston, who's been better this year. Trey Mann can get 30, 25. I really know what he is at this point. Like Grant Williams, I'm just going to give 10 minutes. We're bad. I'd rather see what some of these young guys can do. I guess we'll play KJ Simpson because Phylon, I mean, we could get Phylon some reps because he's only a second round pick. That could maybe happen late in the year. All right, Anthony Edwards wins the 2026 MVP award. He's definitely on a great tour right now. You got Cooper Flagg in New Orleans. Can't believe Nico Harrison traded him. Malik Monk has a really good scoring season off the bench. I think he could be like a sneaky Maverick target this offseason. Maybe for PJ Washington or Daniel Gafford. I had that in my my number one pick rebuild. So I don't think we're going to see any Charlotte Hornets on the All-NBA teams. We were just kind of like the laughing stock of the NBA. We're probably going to fall to like number 5 in the lottery. I'm already mentally prepared for that. 41, 30, 76 splits. I like where we can go from that for VJ Edgecombe. And to no surprise, we did not make the play-in tournament. The Brooklyn Nets did. They were the 10th seed. They ended up going 34 and 48. So we actually won 30 games. I wish we didn't win that many games down the stretch. There's a major tiebreaker between us, the Lakers, and the Suns. So, like, worst case scenario, we are picking, like, 8th going into the lottery, which is kind of a shame for this team, but I do think we're getting a lot better. And, like, Miller's 23, Lamelo's 24, Mann's 25, Edgecombe's 19, Salon is 20, Nick Smith's 21. This is still a very young team going forward, so I'm okay with it. And let's see who wins the 2026 NBA Finals. The Nets, the 10-seeded Nets just beat the 1-seeded Knicks in round number 1. What did Nico know? I mean, I can't lie. Kyrie, McCollum, Zion, AD, and Lively. I don't really understand how that would work out there, but man, that is a lot of fun. That is so much fun. With Gafford, Najee, Washington, Christie off the bench, they may have traded away Klay Thompson? Because Klay wasn't in that deal. No, he's just not playing, and they also have Trey Jones. They're going to win the NBA Finals. Yeah, they end up sweeping the Detroit Pistons, and Zion is your Finals MVP. Damn, what did Nico know? It is also just kind of funny you traded Luka for Zion Williamson. I mean, Zion at his peak, man, could be a top player in the NBA. It just needs to stay healthy. Oh no, I can't override LeBron's retirement. Can I override Russ's? Nope. All right, because we did that last year. What about Curry's? There we go. Let's do that at least once. And here we are at the 2026 draft lottery. The future, it depends a lot on this. Now, I don't know where the swap is going to go at number 4 that we got, I believe, in the Yusuf Nurkic trade. And I'm also noticing the 10th overall pick there from the Mark Williams trade. It's a swap S, so we're either getting 10 or 13. But if one of those picks jumps up, we're going with it. So let's see. Just give me something in the top 3. Give me something in the top 3. Damn it. Okay, so we go up to number 4. I'll take it. That's why I get that draft capital to potentially move up. And then we are also picking at 10 via Milwaukee. We don't get like the better end of that swap. So where's our swap? We get 18. Also from the Mark Williams trade. And then I'm looking for the Hornets. Oh, it's at 6. Let's go. Oh my God, I missed that. So I have 4, 6, 10, and 18. Yeah, this is a loaded 2026 draft as well. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's go, man. All right, so we could offer up a little bit to go up there and try to get a top 3 player, either Peterson, DeBanza, or Boozer. I'm okay with any one of those guys on the team, and we'll make it work. I feel like Boozer would be such a good fit here. At the 4 spot with Brandon Miller, Edgecombe, and LaMelo Ball. So let's just see who goes number 1. OKC's on the clock. They take AJ DeBanza. So would Washington... I mean, Washington's kind of looking for their guy, so I feel like we'd have to make the trade with the Magic at 3. Yeah, Washington's probably looking for their franchise guy, and they do take Cameron Boozer. All right, so I'm going to offer up a lot, I think, for Darren Peterson. I mean, Darren Peterson, Jalen Suggs, I mean, that, like, obviously would work. But let me try to offer them something they can't say no to. So I will give you... do I have to give you 6 and 4? That seems like a lot. So I'm going to offer you 4, 10, and do I have a player I can include? I mean, if they're looking for some shooting and shot creation, could I do 4, Trey Mann, 18 to move up 1 spot? That's a decent amount. So you get another first round pick at 18. You get an elite shooter in Trey Mann. Let's see if they do this. They do. Okay. So we are on the clock. I'm going to take Darren Peterson. I know we don't really need a shooting guard after just drafting VJ Edgecombe, but we figure it out later. Maybe there's a scenario where I play Peterson at the 3, Brandon Miller at the 4 next year. Elijah Arenas goes 1 pick later. That's also a great ad. I could have targeted him for sure. The Suns take Dash Daniels. And I'm thinking about a couple bigs here. We could look at Nate Ament. I could look at Jaden Quintence. But I'm going to take Chris Sinak. Going to Houston, playing under Kelvin Sampson next year, which I think is like his highest ranked recruiter. It's up there so far in his tenure. And he's going to maybe be our starting center out of the gate. I guess a 4 goes to the Lakers. That's a fun ad. He's basically Anthony Edwards 2.0. There goes JQ right ahead of us. And I'm going to take Isaiah Evans here out of Duke. I honestly thought he could have been a top 20, top 15 pick in the 2025 draft. I'm really excited to see how he looks next year in 2026 for a Duke team. Doesn't have a lot of veterans on that roster, especially if Cedric Howard goes into the draft. And he could be a really good shooter, so we keep him here in the state of North Carolina. There's a trade at number 11. Jamal Murray, who was a Clipper, gets traded to Miami for Caleb Wilson. And then in the second round with pick 53, if you remember him, Xavier Booker, if you were watching like probably my 2K21 or 22, maybe even 2023 rebuilds, he was like the top guy at one point, maybe in like the 2024 draft class, because he was a really good high school recruit. So we're going to pick up the team options on Miller, Smith, Salon, and Philon. Smith or Philon, or like one of these guys could have more minutes next year with us parting ways with Trey Mann. It might not end up being KJ Simpson because he didn't really take advantage of that increase in opportunity. So next year, like we have a bunch of centers on the roster right now. We have a lot of depth on this team, and I really want to just figure out what we have. I mean, do I trade? If we traded LaMelo Ball, we could probably create like the best young core in the NBA with, I mean, like LaMelo already fits to the young core. He's still just 24 years old. And this is my fear with Salon's development, because if this team just keeps adding and adding young guys, like, do you really care about Salon's development as much as you did in the 2025 season? And next year, we're going to have like Londale's money up the books, but Philon, Smith, Diabate, are going to be free agents next year. Same with Brandon Miller. He's going to be out his rookie extension. I don't really think I'm going to sign anybody here, but I would like to bring back these guys on the QOs. All right, so we pick up KJ Simpson and Brandon Boston on the qualifying offers. LaMelo Ball 92, Miller 89, Edgecombe 84, Smith 83. All right, we're stepping in the right direction, and hopefully 2027 can be the breakout year for this team. And before the season starts, I want to see if I could re-sign Brandon Miller. Okay, he wants to test free agency. Nick Smith, not giving you that much money, so we'll wait to see when you hit free agency. I'm going to bring back Grant Williams. I feel like he's a good veteran here in the locker room. Probably not going to bring back Jock Londale. And I actually need to cut 3 players before the season starts. So Nate Williams is going to be one of them. Jordan Miller is going to be the other. And I think the last one might be Jock Londale going to the last year of that contract. All right, so let's construct this 2027 rotation. I still want to give Edgecombe the nod at the number 2 spot. I mean, honestly, let's try it. Let's have a fun offense this year. I don't really care about playing defense right now. So Nick Smith Jr. is going to be the 6th man, about 25 minutes a night. We're going to go like 13 to Grant Williams. Honestly, though, no, we got too much young talent where I don't think he's going to play. I want Darren Peterson to get 28 minutes, 35 to Miller, 35 LaMelo. We can go 30 to Edgecombe. 26 to Sinak is good. Brandon Boston's going to get like 17 minutes a night. Good wing score. I think, yeah, we're going to play Musa probably over right now, just for now. And I want to get Philon in there. I want him to play like 10 minutes a night. And then I'm going to give probably just 14. Actually, no, we should probably swap. Let's go 14 to Boston, 17 to Salon. So like Isaiah Evans could be like a G League guy, and that's probably what's best for him. And I'm excited to see him in a more commanding role at Duke this year. So we're 3-star balance under Charles Lee. Like I said, I don't know how good the defense is going to be with Brandon Miller at the 4, but man, I think the offense is going to be fun. Exhibit A, 20 assists for LaMelo, 38 points for Brandon Miller. We scored 122 to start things off. All right, so it is our first above 500 record at the deadline. Maybe they were this at the 2022 season. We are currently the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. Maybe a fraudulent record with that point differential, but I'll take it right now. We actually have the best offense in the Eastern Conference. The defense, not as good. We have the 3rd worst defense. But I mean, I have a rookie center. I have Brandon Miller as a stretch 4 just to get Darren Peterson in that lineup. But I really like what we got right now. Edgecombe has become more of an efficient scorer at the rim. 3-point shot, though, is coming, man. 83% from free throws. I'll take that. That is a nice sign of progression. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. I think I may look to move Nick Smith right now because the efficiency and I think the advanced metrics really like him. I just don't know if he's going to have a spot on this team long term. T-John, I need you to be a little bit better, but I also wouldn't mind opening up more minutes for him in the second half of this year. And I do think Isaiah Evans could probably be better than Nick Smith one day as well. All right, I'm going to offer this trade with the Chicago Bulls. Could I give you Nick Smith Jr. and Brandon Boston Jr. for Lonzo Ball? We get Lonzo and LaMelo on the same team, which is kind of fun. I have to take somebody back, and it's AJ Johnson, and he may be the reason why this deal doesn't go through, and 2 first-round picks. They're going to counter it looks like, with a 2027 first, Booker for Collins. I don't really know if I want to do this trade specifically. All right, so could I maybe get this swap best between Milwaukee and New Orleans this year? And then could I also get the Lakers 2029 first? James Wiseman, it's an expiring deal. I don't know why he's got to be worth $8.7 million for Nick Smith Jr. and Brandon Boston Jr. They're going to say no. They want my 2031 first for Isaiah Joe. I mean, I'm going to try to flip Isaiah Joe down the line anyway, but I mean, I don't have to take Isaiah Joe back. So I'll give you my 2031 first to do this trade, and they're going to say yes to that. All right, so I know I traded Nick Smith, but I was not going to re-sign him. I don't think I was going to be able to afford him. I want to go 32 to these guys. Chris Nack has been fine this year. It's a rookie season. It's a growing season for him. Let's go 28 to him. Let's go 24 to T-John Salon. How's Phylon been? Phylon's been okay, actually. Let's go 15 to Phylon. And then I want to give Isaiah Evans probably like 19 minutes a night. Honestly, let's throw him out there. So Maxime right now kind of fizzled out of the rotation. All right, so Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP. Cameron Boozer is your Rookie of the Year. AJ DeBance is Sixth Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Bryce Sensabaugh Most Improved. Steph Curry Clutch Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year is Mark Dagno. Shea, Wemby, Jokic, Luka, and Giannis, all NBA first team. Second team, you got Cade, Ant, Flag, LaMelo, and Halliburton. Third team, you got Steph, Brunson, Morant, Trae Young, and Amen Thompson. So Darren Peterson and Chris Nack Jr. are on all-rookie first team, and Isaiah Evans is on all-rookie second team. So we made the playoffs as a non-playing tournament team. We're the 5-seeded Hornets going up against the 4-seeded Atlanta Hawks, so this is a division matchup, and I want to just make the Hornets, man, more respectable here. I want to have division rivalries with the Washington Wizards, the Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks. Like, there felt like there could have been somewhat of a rivalry brewing back in 2016 with, like, the Ninja Turtle Man. I mean, I don't think the Hornets fans really like him, but that series with Dwayne Wade felt like, okay, we could brew something up, and then we never really made it back. So, yeah, the Big Four is exciting. Still trying to figure out if this works, right? Like, it's a little bit of a smaller lineup, but Brandon Miller can hold his own as a stretch four where he could shoot 42% from three. That could really provide a nice matchup if Chris Sinak can maybe one day become an elite rim protector or something like that. Musa Diabetes numbers would be unreal, man, per 36. Isaiah Evans, not great in that sample size right now. LeBaron Phylon, I thought, was intriguing. So let's look at this rotation. We're going to trim it a little bit. Now, I'm a little scared of the bench after trading Nick Smith Jr. because, like, can we trust Salon? Can we trust Musa, Isaiah Evans, LeBaron Phylon? It's not great, to be honest with you. I don't think I trust Isaiah Evans, so I'm going to get Grant Williams in there. He's going to get 15 minutes a night. Salon's going to go down to 20. Let's go. Honestly, let's start Musa over Sinak. I just think he's better right now. So let's go 18 there. We can go 30 to Musa. And then I got about 8 more minutes. Let's go 40 to LaMelo. And let's just go 38 to Brandon Miller. And let's ride against the Atlanta Hawks. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this series. I say that, then we drop 112. Brandon Miller, welcome to the playoffs. First career playoff game, he drops 47. We lose game 2, 136-119. LaMelo had 28 and 13. Game number 3. Okay, we're down 3-0. Can I at least get one playoff series victory? Oh my God, Trae Young with 38 and 21. Can we play some defense, guys? Please. All right, we won a playoff game. Let's go. 151-144. Brandon Miller with 36. LaMelo with 33. Can we win game 5? Bang, there we go. 133-131. 38 for Brandon Miller. 29 for Peterson. 23 for LaMelo. 22 for VJ Edgecombe. And then, unfortunately, we did end up losing game number 6. Oh, we lost in overtime. LaMelo, 39 and 13. Still put up some great playoff numbers. Edgecombe, wow, some really good playoff numbers as well. There's Brandon Miller, who can be a number 1 for us, man. He really can. Sinak struggled, Peterson struggled, but the future is so bright here in Charlotte, in my opinion. Shane, Cam Thomas are going to be your conference finals MVPs. Damn it, I wanted that Nets first-round pick this year. I mean, actually, it's a swap best with Houston, so we're going to get the Houston's pick, but both of these teams ended up making the playoffs, and the Nets made it to the NBA Finals as a 2 seed, with Cam Thomas as basically their best player, or it's Walker Kessler or John Collins. So there goes KD. He retired in Denver. He might have one more good year left. He actually got traded this year. I wonder if it was for Michael Porter Jr. Actually, it definitely was, because I remember when I was looking at teams to take on Brandon Boston and Nick Smith, these Suns had Michael Porter Jr. And here we are at the draft lottery. So do I have anything here in the lottery? It doesn't look like it. So yeah, the Hornets are not picking in the lottery for the first time in a while. So, oh no, we are actually 10th overall. Is that from the Brandon Boston trade, correct? I also have 21 and 22 with that swap best trade, and 28 with Dallas from the PJ Washington trade. So another draft where we have 4 first-round picks, but I think for the first time, I'm going to want to consolidate these. Oh my God, yeah, 5 first-round picks. I missed the 17th overall pick from the Heat from the Terry Rozier trade. All right, I don't think it's going to be easy, but how could I get Chet Holmgren here in Charlotte? Could I give you Sinak, 10, 17, 22, 28. Let's just start that off for Chet Holmgren. They say no. I do have Isaiah Evans that I could throw in. I don't want to trade Darren Peterson in this deal. Okay, I wanted to see if I could get maybe Chad Holmgren. I don't know if I have any other future firsts that are... yeah, never mind. So since I can't get him, could I pivot to Evan Mobley? But Evan Mobley is really tough to get as well. I feel like I'd have to wait, and I don't want to move Darren Peterson, which I may have to. So if I gave up Sanak, if I gave up Isaiah Evans, 10, 17, are we getting there? Probably not. Like, I don't want to throw LaMelo Ball in all of this either. Okay, what about Anthony Davis, who in some different reality could have been a Charlotte Hornet, but they didn't win that lottery the year. They won like 7 games. Chris Sanak for Anthony Davis. I will also offer you draft capital here. 17, 21, 22, 28. So 4 first-round picks in Sanak for a 34-year-old Anthony Davis. They say no. Could I throw in that Lakers pick next year to seal the deal? Damn it. Could I throw in... does Grant Williams have any trade value? He does have 2 stars. I don't want to trade away Grant, but we may have to get this deal done. Okay. And I'll throw in the 10th overall pick. Come on, man. We really can't get this deal done. I have to throw in Isaiah Evans, too. That's a lot. But I think I'm going to do it. Anthony Davis, you are a Charlotte Hornet. We're trying to win a title next year, I think. So I did have a couple first-round picks in this draft. I kept 3, basically, because I moved some future first. Daniel Jacobson, 7-foot guy, basically replaced Zach Edey this year. Purdue got hurt early in the year. Cameron Holmes, and Mustafa Diop. So I really like the guys we took there. Going to pick up the options on everybody. I would have thrown like Salon in that deal, but I would have had to wait till after the draft to do that. And I think Musa could be a really good backup center. I do have like $18 million in cap space, but I got to get Brandon Miller the max. And he takes a deal from the Bulls. It's going to be 4 years, 168. Glad they give him that 4th year. Let's match it. And I'm going to sign, hopefully, Keon Ellis to a 2-year deal if he doesn't take a different offer. Bang, there we go. Former Crimson Tide is going to be coming down here to Charlotte. All right, so we get LeBaron Philon back on the QO. We have LaMelo, Miller, AD, Edgecombe, Peterson, Salon. Like, this is a really good team, I think, both now and for the future. All right, and let's construct this 2028 rotation. And I'm excited to have AD at the 5 because, hey, we are looking for upgrades on defense. And hopefully these other guys around Anthony Davis can take step forwards on that end of the 4 this year. It's going to be LaMelo, Edgecombe, Miller at the 4, AD at the 5, Peterson at the 3. I think Musa is definitely going to play over right now. I think I'm going to go like probably 17 to Salon. Let's go 17 to Keon. I really wish I was able to keep Isaiah Evans in that Anthony Davis trade, but I wanted to get it done before the draft, and we could probably play LeBaron Philon. Now, I may need to make a trade at the deadline to upgrade this bench. It's not the best in the world. It's not the worst in the world. Let's go, honestly, let's go 32 to AD, 36 to Miller, 35 to Peterson, 34 to Edgecombe, 35 to LaMelo. And yeah, I could maybe trade T-John Salon or somebody like that at the deadline if it doesn't work out. We start off the season against some Eastern Conference teams. We end up beating the Pacers. We lose by 3 to the Washington Wizards. Can we beat the Orlando Magic, who gave us Darren Peterson? I think they made out well, though. I gave up a decent amount. Like, Trey Mann would be nice on this team. And we ended up beating them by 3. The defense is off to another rocky start this year, but hopefully it can come alive later in the year. All right, so we are dominating the Eastern Conference. Now look at us getting Anthony Davis, 16.7 point differential. It's because now the defense has gone from one of the worst to one of the best, and we are the top offensive team as well in the NBA. So we have a 16.7 point differential. Thunder are good. Pelicans have a good point differential. We've made some moves with them. It would be cool. Anthony Davis versus his former team. We have 3 20-point per game scorers. Brandon Miller leading the way. Peterson number 2. I'd rather LaMelo be like 21 points a night and be more efficient than 25 points a night and less efficient. Edgecombe, great piece for us. The 3-point shot has been getting better. 13, 8, and 2.8 stocks a night for Anthony Davis, who could space the floor at the 5 spot. Salon's been fine off the bench. Keon Ellis has been pretty good. Moose is a great backup 5. I wonder if I would like to get maybe a different wing scorer off the bench for the playoffs. So one thing I meant to do earlier was change Keon Ellis' position to a shooting guard. And I'm going to make this trade with the LA Lakers. So they ended up making a trade of Connect and Mark Williams this year in real life. I'm going to get Sam Hauser and Dalton Connect for T-John Salon, my first rounder this year, and Xavier Booker. They're going to go to the Lakers. And Dalton Connect is a flamethrower from downtown. 40% from 3, 15.7 points. I thought about recreating that trade with them earlier in the year, but we ended up getting basically, we traded Mark Williams to New Orleans. So we're going to get Connect in there, who I trust a little bit more offensively in the playoffs. All right, so Nikola Jokic ends up winning MVP. I guess the 4 is your rookie of the year over there in LA because they're entering into a rebuild. They also have Nikola Topic. I wonder if they lost Luka Doncic in free agency. Charles Lee just won Coach of the Year 68 and 14, and that just answered my question. Luka Doncic, All-NBA first team on the Clippers. The Dallas Mavericks did win it all, but it's gotta hurt to see Cooper Flagg and Luka Doncic there. on all NBA first team. Evan Mobley, who I tried to trade for, ended up on second team. I also tried to go after Giannis, but they just weren't budging with that. I got 2 players on all NBA third team, LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. Let's go. We get Anthony Davis on all defensive second team, and we finish the year as a 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference, going up against the Hawks, who eliminated us last year, and we won almost 30 more games than them this season. We finished with the most points scored in the NBA by 0.2 over the Oklahoma City Thunder, and our defense was the second best in the NBA, tied the second best with the Sacramento Kings. Interesting. They brought back Davion Mitchell, and also the Denver Nuggets with Kevin Durant and Jokic in your front court. And okay, that they had a better defense than us. So here we are with the stats. 3 20-point per game scores this year. Edgecombe can connect combined for 30, and we pretty much know our top. I might honestly go to the 8-man rotation. Like you're seeing it in the playoffs constantly with the Knicks or the Nuggets. So let's go. I'm going to go probably 14 to Musa, 34 to AD. So they're just going to take each other's minutes. We can go, I think, 20 to Ellis and Connect, maybe. And then I would like to go 38 to LaMelo, 38 to Miller, 38 to Peterson, 38 to VJ Edgecombe. We're going to play these guys a ton. We should beat Atlanta, and they win game number 1 by 4. Come on. Don't tell me we just got 68 wins for nothing. Oh, my God. Really? Oh my God, this sucks. Game 3. Okay, we win. Please win game 4. Okay, thank God. Win 3 in a row. Thank you. Don't go to a game 7. Oh my God. See, why do we got to go down 2-0? And they end up winning. Like, it makes sense maybe in the conference finals of 2021 with the Bucks, or with 2019 with the Bucks and the Raptors. But that happening to this team, it's a little alarming. Now we're taking on the Chicago Bulls, who have Jeremiah Fears, Kobe White, Kispert, Buzelis, and Karl Anthony Towns, who is not a Chicago native. That is Anthony Davis, right? So let's see what happens here. You have the 6-seeded Raptors and the 7-seeded Pacers in the Siakam Bowl down there. We win game number 1. We win game number 2. We lose game 3. Win game 4. Lose game 5. Are we going to a game 7? Oh my God. We are about to blow a 3-1 lead, and they just blew us out in game number 6. Who is struggling right now in round 2? I mean, Brandon Miller shooting 41% from the field. LaMelo shooting 40% from the field as well. A lot of guys are struggling. Game 7 at home. Too bad they don't have Lonzo anymore. That would be pretty cool. We have a good first half. I'll take that against them. We're currently up by 13. Third quarter goes to plan. Let's go. And can we? Okay, we're going to blow them out. We're going to win game 7. Brandon Miller drops 35, 29 to LaMelo, 23 to Edgecombe. And we're taking on the Indiana Pacers here in the conference finals. All right, so this Pacers team does not have, oh no, they do have Siakam, but they moved him to the bench. Have like the top 6 as you'd expect, but they've added Moses Moody, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and Justin Champagnie. We win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. All right, let's go. We swept them, and we're taking on the Denver Nuggets. I called out their defense. They were the 4 seed. They beat the Thunder in 6. I mean, okay, so they've replaced... Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. Aaron Gordon at the 4, KD at the 3. Maybe I shouldn't have overrided KD's retirement, because they may beat us in the finals. Defensive clinic here. Oh my God. Brandon Miller, 2 of 17. AD 4 of 15. Edgecombe 4 of 14. All right, game number 1 goes to Charlotte. I'll take it. Or we win game 2. There we go. The offense was clicking a little bit more. Let's go up 3-0 on them. Nope, they win game 3, 123-114. Please win game 4. They made it a brand new series, 116-111. All right, here we go. Game number 5. Don't go down 3-2. Oh my God, don't lose in 6. Don't lose in 6. Okay, we're going to a game 7. Game 7 of the 2028 NBA Finals. Just don't get blown out at home. Just make it close. Just make it close. All right, not a great second quarter. Vibes are not great, but hey, we have the lead. So let me calm down. Let me not be so pessimistic about this. We're up by 5, 7 minutes to go. Up by 5, up by 2. Oh, I'm so scared. We're tied. We are tied with 3 minutes to go. And I think I hopped in way too early. I should have let this sim play out a little bit more because I do not trust my 2K skills. You guys know that. Is Jokic in? Jokic is in, but I mean, I'm fine having Anthony Davis, the one guarding him. LaMelo's got 31 in this game. They have Ben Seraph. Edgecombe is in the game at the power forward spot, which I also don't love. I mean, they have Kevin Durant guarded by Keon Ellis. Ben Seraph cannot shoot. Cannot shoot. No way he hits that. Are you what? What? Like I never see him hit that shot at Ratio Farm, but obviously we're a couple years later into this. So I guess he's developed the shot. LaMelo get right around Jokic and one. Oh, let's go. Wow, what a dumb foul. And Aaron Gordon fouls out. Okay, I don't know if my controller's dying because that glitched, I think, a little bit too late. But I'll take that. It just fouled out Aaron Gordon. LaMelo completes a three-point play. We take the lead and we were able to get our subs in as well. If I don't like the size matchups, I'll get some other guys out there. Double screen here for Ben Seraph, which not great for us. Oh my god, man, he's cooking me right now, but he's gonna miss that. Let's go. Rebounded by Miller, who's got 31 and 8. Edgecombe wide open, got Kevin Durant in the air. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Edgecombe, don't miss the layup. Or no, that was Darren Peterson. Come on, get it right back from me, Peterson. Get it right back. Come on, dude, you're killing me. Oh, I'm sorry, Edgecombe, for calling you out there. Damn it, that's not fun. I mean, the Kevin Durant Jokic pick and roll is gonna just scare the crap out of me. Oh, let's go, Peterson with the steal. Kevin Durant would have been wide open. Let's run the floor. Edgecombe, run to the rim, throw this down, use your athleticism. Can somebody finish a goddamn layup, please? Okay, they have Isaac Okoro. This is like the one guy I'm okay shooting the ball out here. Okay, what? That was a foul. Who fouled out? Edgecombe fouled out? I guess we'll get Keon Ellis in there. All right, Isaac Okoro missed one, please. He knocks down the first, and he's going to make the second. All right, back to being down by 1. All right, Kevin Durant is like 40 years old. No way he's able to keep up here. Let's get to the rim, Miller. Let's kick it out to Peterson. Wide open. Please knock down this 3. You missed the first one. Thank you, Darren Peterson. Nice find there from Brandon Miller. Gives us back the lead, and we're up by 2. So they haven't really gotten to Jokic in the post. Right on cue right there. AD, hold your own. AD, hold your own. No, he might hit that. It's Jokic. I'm saying no way. Like, it's not one of the greatest players of all time. I mean, let's try the pick and pop. We can get Brandon Miller open. Are they both going to close? Yes, they are. Swing it. Darren Peterson. I don't love him taking another one. It's just like a dumb 2K thing. Like, you already make one. I feel like your odds of making another go down. Peterson, get out of my way, LaMelo. Oh my god, and 1. Peterson is too good. LaMelo just decides to bring his man over there while I'm driving down to the rim. Somehow get the and 1. I'll take it. Can Peterson hit the free throw? Bang. Puts us up by 3. They call timeout. All right, so they haven't really ran like a KD ISO yet. Are they going to try that here? Or are they going to just try to get to Jokic in the post? What are you doing? All right, well, KD just kind of threw them the game right there. Let's dribble out some clock. I maybe had a layup there, but I want to be just kind of conservative. And look who is guarding LaMelo Ball. It is Nikola Jokic. Let's just cross up to the left. Come on, beat him. There we go. LaMelo to the rim, using that athleticism and speed. Puts us up by 5. I mean, this is a team right now where you just don't have many guys that can create your own shot outside of Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. You had guys like Darren Peterson down the line. You can get exciting with this team. I know they didn't add like a Cooper Flag this year, but it's going to be okay going forward. Oh, no, Strother. He misses that shot, and that's probably going to do it. Anthony Davis from the free throw line. The first one, just go 1 for 2. All right, puts us up by 6. And he's going to make the second one. We are up by 7 with 23 seconds to go. Just no dumb fouls, no 4-point plays, and we should be okay. I'm sure KD's going to hit like an insanely... Okay, no, away. Okoro's hitting that. Yep, Okoro's going to miss that. And they're not even going to foul, and the Charlotte Hornets are going to win the 2028 NBA Finals. Let's go. And there we go. The Charlotte Hornets win it all. LaMelo Ball is your Finals MVP. 24 points, 5.7 rebounds, 9.3 assists, and we ended up winning in 7. Could there have been somebody else that could have won that award? Yeah, Brandon Miller definitely could have, but LaMelo was more efficient, so I think that is deserving, and it's cool. It went to the OG. I mean, it's just Musa, LaMelo that are the OGs on this team. That was it. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this Charlotte Hornets rebuild. Let me know what you think they should do with the number 4 overall pick down below. Do you think they should maybe try to trade up to number 3, get a Trey Johnson or an Ace Bailey, or do you like Edgecombe at number 4 for them? Let me know what you'd like to see next. Obviously, want to do a number 5 pick Utah Jazz rebuild all the way throughout the rest of the lottery leading up to the NBA draft. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.